Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here. Welcome back to the Railway and welcome back to the Model Railway News. Here we are in February, and you know what, I can't believe it's been a month since I last sat here and did this. I've spent the last few days researching this video and I've been looking at some of the items thinking, did that really happen over the last month? It's scary how quickly this year is going already. It's starting to fly, isn't it? Anyway, strap yourselves in because there is an awful lot of news this month from all sorts of different manufacturers. I mean, I've had to knock stuff off because I'm just filling up the time on this one. It's a lot of fun this time, hopefully you enjoy it. Let's jump in with Hornby, not with any new products news to start with, although there is plenty of that. A little bit of an update on their website first of all, because Hornby have a new website. As you can see, it looks completely different to what it did before. So it's got a much cleaner layout, as you can see, much more modern looking. And actually Hornby's website I don't think it's changed at all since I started the hobby sort of nearly 10 years ago. So it was high time for an update, and I think it looks an awful lot better. It's not 100%, I think it still needs some work. For example, the search is just completely broken. And I use this quite a lot for product information. It's at the point where I'm having to just Google what I want to look at and then click through to their website because the search is just broken. Look at this. So let's say I want a brake van. Let's search for brake van. No results whatsoever. Let's put the two words together. Let's put brake van. There we go. Nope, still nothing. Van obviously is no good. That just brings up all the different vans and stuff. No, you have to put in brake to bring up brake vans. And even then there's only sort of 6 results. And this has been happening all month, seriously. So I was looking up the class A3, for example. Type in class A3. No, you get nothing. Type in LNER A3. No results whatsoever. Put in just A3. No, you can't search for just A3. Apparently you can't search for just 2 characters by the looks of it. That's a problem to sort out when most of Hornby's products actually consist of 2 characters, 9F, P2, Q1. Go on, sort it out. Gresley brings up 6 results, but it's not really all of the ones I wanted to see. Star class, no, nothing under star class. GWR 460, no, that doesn't do it. Lodestar, no, can't bring that up. And yes, star does it. So there's definitely some work to do on the website. Hopefully they will fix the indexing. It can't be too difficult. I mean, there's not that many products on the website. If you're trying to use the website, try and keep your search terms very simple and hopefully you'll get the results you like. It's not too important, of course. I don't really recommend buying stuff direct from Hornby.com because it's a lot more expensive than going to a retailer. So yeah, save some of your money and go and support a retailer and you'll probably not have to face the frustration of the Hornby search engine. Anyway, let's get on to the actual product news then, because there is an awful lot of that. We'll start off with the engine shed blog because there's some interesting updates on there. First of all, they've shared some of the CADs for their brand new P2 locomotive. Now it looks quite limited at the moment obviously, but it is clearly taking shape and it is starting to build up some of the excitement, some of the realization that we're actually going to be getting an all new tooled P2 locomotive in 00. That's very exciting stuff. You've got some, well, they're showing the Ruston 88DS early samples, as you can see. I believe one of these is a 3D printed sample and the other one is a later engineering sample. They're looking really cool. I think those samples actually help to show off some of the various details because the detailed parts sort of stand out, don't they? But if you want to see what the products are actually going to be like, they've actually showed quite a lot of decorated samples. Well, they call them near production samples, which suggests that these models are kind of getting ready to go now, which is really good. Yeah, there's a lot to choose from, isn't there? I have pre-ordered one, so hopefully I'll be able to get one soon. And before very long, hopefully I'll be able to show you one of the new Rustons. As you can see here, they've also shown off some of the basic CADs for the all-new tooled 9F, and it's like the P2 really, it's quite simple at the moment, but again, you can kind of get a sense of the level of detail that this model is going to have, and of course, again, it is really taking shape, isn't it? Very clearly a 9F, and looking very good as well. Okay, there's a whole bunch of new releases from Hornby this month, quite a few high-profile ones as well. The first one, and it is one that I have reviewed, it is the Thompson 82/2. I mean, overall, some aspects of this model were really great looking, though I was a little bit disappointed with it overall, quite a few things, quality among them. But there's quite a big update on this because Simon Kohler actually got in touch with me to say that, yeah, he agrees that the quality, the build quality of the locomotive didn't meet Hornby's standard, and so I've actually sent it off to him. I've sent mine back to him, and he's supposed to be sending me a replacement. The replacement was supposed to be here actually by the time I was filming this video. At the time of filming it is not, but if it arrives before I render the video, the final copy, then I will insert it here. If not, we will move on. So now you're looking at the replacement A2/2 that I received from Hornby, and fortunately, yes, the build quality is better on this example. The separately fitted parts are fitted with a lot more accuracy, as you can see, particularly on the running plates. You haven't got any of those gluey details, and a lot of the different parts seem to be straight now, which is good. It's not 100%, right now I might have to take that Cock of the North nameplate off, because that's definitely on the wonk, but it's certainly better than the initial example I looked at. The livery is much better as well. It's not spot on or anything, as you can see, but if this was the initial example that I'd reviewed, I don't think I'd be singling out the banding for criticism or anything like that. So it would seem that the quality varies a little bit on the A2/2s. I've noticed, for instance, that I'm going to have to do something with the pickups on this example because they're obviously not adjusted as they should be. But yes, the replacement is certainly much, much better. And I'm very impressed with Hornby. I mean, the customer service I've received over this model is fantastic. And I have no doubt that if you two had a problem with your A2/2, Hornby would be only too happy to help. This is by no means a hit and run situation. So yeah, get in touch with Hornby if you are not satisfied with your A2/2, and they should be able to furnish you with a better example. So thank you, Hornby. Thank you for taking the time to sort this one out. I am happier with this replacement, and hopefully I'll be able to get this running for you in a future video. Anyway, you've got the first of the 4- and 6-wheel coaches in stock now. I tell you what, I'm not absolutely sure which versions are in stock and which ones aren't at this point. I know the LBSC versions are in stock, of course, because I did a review on mine. Overall, they are pretty good. They look fantastic. They're not incredibly detailed, and I'm not entirely convinced about the lighting yet. I haven't owned any of the lit versions myself yet, but somebody did show me this picture from a Twitter user. I'll put their username down in the description. Ooh, some pretty serious light leakage there. Did nobody think to test these in the dark? Yes, because that's the brake as well, isn't it? So that is going to be at the back, quite visible that. But no, overall I was quite happy with mine, and yeah, I can't wait to think of some more excuses really to get these running behind some classic pre-grouping LBSC locomotives. So yeah, if you've got any ideas, the sort of video ideas that I could sort of crowbar these into, do let me know. Anyway, finally, another locomotive that has been in Hornby's range before, but it's one I just wanted to show off. It is this. It is the latest T9 in the LSWR livery, which just looks extremely smart, doesn't it? That livery is absolutely incredible. So let me know. I'll put a poll over on my community tab. Would you like to see me review this locomotive? If most people say yes, I might actually pick one up. They're not cheap, by the way, rather expensive, but I think I might actually be tempted by one of those. Next up then, Bachmann have made their Spring 2021 announcements. Now, is there a locomotive in the range this time? It's very rare. We haven't seen Bachmann announce a new locomotive in their main range for absolutely ages, at least not in 00. Is there one this time? I will include a drum roll. Actually, yes. I couldn't believe my eyes. There is a new tooled locomotive announced by Bachmann for Spring 2021. And it is this, it is the all-new, newly tooled Class 20. They're doing the Class 20/0 and the Class 20/3, and it's going to be available from the retailers for about £150, a little bit over. So yeah, we actually have a new locomotive from Bachmann. Now, I haven't ever reviewed the current Bachmann Class 20. Yes, there is one already in Bachmann's range, but I believe it dates back quite a number of years, 2003, something like that. So it's nearly 20 years old. I don't really know anything about them. Maybe I should get one of the old ones to review to give us more of an idea of what they're actually trying to improve upon. Yeah, that might be good actually. But there we go. If you're interested in your early British diesels, the Class 20 from Bachmann, that's a good one. You've got these are the new Class 121 bubble cars. I believe these were released for the first time last year. Well, now you can get them sound fitted. These include sound now for £229. That's not terribly expensive, is it, to say it's Bachmann? I mean, the sound chips are not cheap. That doesn't sound dreadfully unreasonable. And they've also got this. Look at this. This is the weathered edition of the fantastic 94XX. A lot of people said that these models would look a lot better with a little bit of weathering. And looking at the listing images, that certainly seems to be true, doesn't it? Very, very good models, those. I mean, if you want a weathered version, if you don't fancy doing it yourself, I can probably actually recommend those because they really are good. And there's quite a lot of other old favourites returning to the range as well, so if you're interested in Bachmann models, do check out one of your favourite retailers and see what you can pick up. Next up, we have a very exciting and actually for me quite unexpected announcement from Accurascale, who have actually announced a brand new steam locomotive. I believe it will be their first ever steam locomotive. So here it is, it's an all new Manor class in 00 gauge, and according to their website, the locomotive is going to have some incredible features as well. So it's got all of the usual high specs, such as the highly detailed body, sprung buffers, firebox glow, etched nameplates, but get this, the thing is also said to have a die-cast chassis, a die-cast body and a die-cast running plate. That is absolutely incredible. The loco does only have a 3-pole motor at this point, so they say it is going to be fitted with a flywheel, and they also did make a point of saying they are going to be high quality 3-pole motors, but how those are going to sort of compare to a 5-pole motor, nobody knows yet, but hopefully it will be really, really good. The more impressive aspect of this is the price, £169.99. Now obviously that seems quite a lot of money, and it is quite a lot of money, don't get me wrong, I'm not made of money. However, consider that the Hornby Star class is £10 more expensive on the RRP at £179.99, and that loco has an all plastic body, all plastic running plate, no lights, no speakers or anything. It doesn't even have proper bearings on the wheel set. So actually for £169.99, provided Accurascale can actually get it right and everything is perfectly good, I think £169.99 sounds pretty decent. This is going to be quite the monstrous locomotive, isn't it? Entirely made of metal, and it is going to be available to pre-order straight away from a variety of retailers, and if you want a link, I will include a Hattons affiliate link down in the description. Going to have links for quite a lot of the stuff in today's video, so do look out for those if you want to pick some up yourself. The elephant in the room is, though, what does this mean for Dapol's Manor class? As you might know, Dapol have a 00 gauge Manor class announced as well. Well, promptly after Accurascale's announcement, Dapol posted this image of their engineering prototype, and it looks pretty decent as well. You can tell that at least the running plate is made of metal, although it doesn't appear to have the die-cast body or anything like that. So is this the end of the road for the Dapol Manor class then? Is it dead in the water? Have their customers been taken from them? Well, I'm not entirely sure. No, I don't think so, actually. Accurascale specs are slightly higher, particularly given that die-cast body. I think that's a real plus, isn't it? But Dapol still has price on their side. I mean, theirs is going to be available for £30 less, so that's quite significant. And they've also got experience on their side, haven't they? Dapol, as a machine on their own, have produced quite a lot of steam locomotives, and a lot of the recent ones have been fantastic. The Mogul is certainly a wonderful one. Accurascale, not so much. They haven't done a steam loco before. No doubt a lot of the personnel in Accurascale have worked on such models before in the past. However, as a sort of unit, as a working machine, all of the new gears put together in a different order, are they going to be able to pull it off? Well, I would expect so, but who knows? But no, I don't think Dapol's Manor is dead in the water. It's a good price, and we know it's going to look good if it's anything like the Mogul did. There's more from Dapol as well. They posted an update on their large prairie, and again, look at these. These are decorated samples now. I don't think we've seen any decoration on these before. It was just sort of engineering samples in the past. And their images also show off many of these amazing features as well. Look at the cab detail, for instance. It looks like the cab roof might come off, which will allow you to enjoy the massive amount of cab detail. They've also said, I noticed this on their page, look, the model weighs 350 grams. That is over 100 grams heavier than Hornby's large prairie, which I wasn't very impressed with, by the way. You can look at the review up there if you want. It's got all of those other features on offer. You've got that incredibly well designed and innovative smoke box door DCC fitting. You've got the firebox flicker, all those other features, and a lower price of £115.56. That's quite a lot cheaper than Hornby's. So do I think it's the end of the road for Hornby's large prairie? Yes, I think so. Provided Dapol can pull off the quality, which they don't always do, but provided they can, then Hornby's large prairie will pretty much be dead in the water, because Dapol are offering a lot more for a lot less. So that's something to look out for, I think. Next up then, Oxford Rail made their 2021 announcement / update. Now, no locomotive as of yet. Maybe they'll be announcing something later on. I admit I was really looking forward to hearing what other locomotive Oxford has got in the works. It's not to say they haven't got one in the works, but it is to say that they're not ready to announce it just yet. However, they did announce an all-new tooled 10-ton banana van in 00 gauge here. I mean, it's pretty random, isn't it? But sure, I could go down with some banana vans. It's got the usual excellent Oxford Rail price, price of just £12.50 from the retailers, and you've got the option of BR or LNER bauxite, depending on your preferences. Of course, again, affiliate links down in the description if you want to check those out. They also provided some updates on their existing projects as well. They showed the engineering sample of that pilchard wagon that I liked so much. This is a project that I've been following. Yeah, it's definitely starting to take shape now, isn't it? Doesn't seem 5 minutes since we were just looking at some of those early CAD drawings, but no, it's now at the actual sample stage. It looks like quite an advanced sample, doesn't it? Which hopefully means maybe this year, do you think we'll be seeing them? Well, we can hope, can't we? Fingers crossed. Next up then, literally the day after I'd filmed my January Model Railway News video, KR Models announced a load of new models. Well, they sort of announced it's kind of like an expression of interest. There's quite a few to check out, so look at their website if you'd like to see them all. The one I'm going to spotlight is this. It is the Bellerophon. I think I've said that right. This is a very, very unusual looking locomotive built in the 1870s. So again, we're talking sort of pre-grouping era, aren't we? There are some pretty impressive features promised. They're supposed to have a die-cast chassis, brass fittings, and there are going to be 2 different liveries available. Apparently, these locomotives have very, very complicated valve gear as well, or at least in model form they do. And this is cited as the reason for the rather unexpectedly high price on these. When they were announced, I believe the DCC-ready version was said to be £190. And I think there was basically uproar from most people. I was looking at the comments on their website and on the forums and stuff. Yeah, people weren't too happy about that. That seems rather a lot of money, particularly as KR Models are still a bit of an unknown, although their GT3 is coming out very, very soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get it any time now. And then after that, I guess they won't be an unknown anymore. They will have released a model and we'll know exactly what they're like. However, stick to the subject, the Bellerophon. It's now down to £160 for the DCC ready version on their website. Now, at that price, I will still need some convincing. I mean, Rapido's 060 locomotives are sort of much cheaper than that, and they're Rapido. So it will have to be very, very impressive indeed at that price, although it is a bit more compelling than £190. It is just an expression of interest at the moment, so if you are interested and you would like to express that, then head over to KR Models website and you can do that. Hopefully the GT3 will give me some confidence in KR Models, and once I've seen that GT3 and I know the quality and what we're dealing with from KR, then I might be able to recommend that with a bit more confidence. Hopefully that will be the case. And as I say, there is expression of interest open for a handful of other products as well, so do check their website if there's anything on there that tickles your fancy. Finally then, on to the last section of the video. This is my favourite part actually. It is the poles. So first of all, I did a review quite a while now ago of the Bachmann 94XX pannier tank. This is the brand new one. I actually really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. I gave it quite a high score for me of 8.31 out of 10. And I asked you guys to give your rating as well. So here's what you came up with. 63% of you picked 5 stars, which gives an overall user score of 8.84 out of 10. So as always, you are a little bit higher than me, but generally we agree that somewhere around the 8 or 9 out of 10 is reasonable for this, and it sure is. Very, very impressive loco, that one. Next up, I did a review of Hornby's A2/2 locomotive, as you already know. I had concerns about the livery, among other things, of course. I asked you guys whether or not you thought the shade of green was right or wrong, and it seems that quite a lot of people are divided on this one. I did not get a straight answer on this. Look at this, I think this is the most divided result I've ever seen. So 58% thought it looked right, 42% thought it looked wrong. So maybe I was being a little bit picky there then, although again, quite a number of people did think it looked wrong. Yeah, it's quite a subjective thing, isn't it, livery? So it's interesting to hear what people think about that. Finally then, I did a review on the BR Blue Flying Scotsman. I've always got the feeling in the past from comments that this livery is a bit of a Marmite livery. I always get comments from people saying they love the livery, and I get quite a lot of people saying they hate it and they can't believe locomotives ever appeared in it. So I asked you, I thought I would find out for sure. So I put up a poll. Do you love the livery? Do you hate it? Or are you in between? Actually, I'm surprised to learn that most people, nearly 3/4, love it. 74% love it. Only 6% hate it. So the hate camp is rather small, much smaller than I thought actually. And 21%, I suppose that's quite high. We're a little bit indifferent. Overall though, it seems that the BR Blue is rather popular. So yeah, that's something I have learned new today. Alright, well folks, thank you very, very much for joining me for the Model Railway News. I was not kidding, was I? There's a lot of exciting stuff coming out. Lots of new models. I've done quite a few new product reviews this month. Oh, what a good time this is being. So thank you so much for watching. If there's anything I didn't mention that you think I should have mentioned, do of course let me know down in the comments. For now though, you look after yourselves, you stay safe, and I will see you very, very soon. Alright, cheers folks. Take care.